own boxing community, and I want to talk about the fight over the weekend between Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol. And I think that's how, I mean, I have an American accent, so I'm not going to fake an accent and say, Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol or Bouville. Okay? I'm not going to do that. I leave that for those other clown channels who want to put an accent on and say Artur Beterbiev. No, I'm not doing that. Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol. All right? I'm not about to put no fake accent and be like Artur Beterbiev like some of these clown channels. It was a good fight. Okay? I enjoyed the fight. It was a good fight. Now, in the beginning, when this fight was first announced, I picked Bivol to win this fight. Okay? I thought that he's a little bit younger. His boxing style is really good. He's a master at distance. He knows how to keep his fighters at a certain distance where he could throw combination punches and be out of the way. He's in and out. He's in and out, right? Like they say, to describe, it's like a pendulum, right? He's in and out. Okay? Salute UGC Flame. Salute. Fake account promotions. Yeah, hey, Black, I hate that. I be hearing channels, and they be from like New Jersey somewhere. They be from like Philly or you know what I mean? They be from like they be down on the West Coast in San Diego, and they be like Artur Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? They want to say Ryan Garcia and be like Ryan. They're like, no, it's Ryan Garcia. It's not Ryan. Okay, stop it. But anyway, I originally picked Bivol to win against Beterbiev. I don't like that Beterbiev always has a mysterious injury right before a fight. He did it like 2 or 3 times in a row. So there's a little speculation. I'm a little skeptical about that. And I noticed that, like in the what fight was that? With the Anthony Yardy, like you watch Beterbiev's fights. This guy gets hit. Like he's not a one-punch knockout fighter. Like he's a strong power puncher who wears you down and he beats you up. All right, that's what he does. You feel me? That's what he does. So I originally picked Bivol to win that fight, right? And then as time goes on, you I start watching more fights, and I'm watching Bivol fight, and I'm like, you know what? I changed my mind. I think I picked Beterbiev to win this fight. Now, I wasn't picking Beterbiev to win this fight by a KO. I think that Bivol's IQ in the ring is good enough for him to avoid getting knocked out by Beterbiev, especially with Beterbiev being 39 years old and supposedly having a bad knee. I personally don't believe in a knee injury. I personally don't believe in anything that Beterbiev has done with these mysterious, all of a sudden, oh, I got to cancel this fight, if you catch my drift. So I don't believe any of that. But I look at this fight and I'm like, when the fight was over, I had Bivol winning. I'm not one of those guys, just because I picked Beterbiev to win, that I'm happy and now I could go in the corner somewhere, go jerk off like the rest of these Beterbiev fans, right? Because there's a lot of Beterbiev fans out there, grown men, who they go in the corner after the fight and they jerk off. Now, I'm not doing that, okay? I thought that Bivol won the fight, right? I thought that he threw better combination punches. I thought that in a 3-minute round, he did more in the 3 minutes than what Beterbiev did. Listen, Beterbiev was letting a lot of rounds go the first 2 minutes, and then he was trying to steal it around the last minute. All right? And I don't know what happened with the judging, okay? I don't know how you guys scored fights out there, all right? But the power puncher wasn't throwing the body shots. Guess who was? That was the boxer. And not only was Bivol throwing good body shots, he was throwing body shots like he was on the outside throwing a body shot, and then he was gone. All right? So he kept the distance. Now, we're talking about a pressure fighter. All right? This is a high-level, intense fight. Obviously, when another guy is constantly pressuring you and you don't have a lot of pop, sometimes you will wear down, and that's what happened with Bivol. He started to wear down in 10, 11, and 12, but he already had the fight. And it's not like he pulled the Oscar de la Hoya and completely ran. No, he was still fighting. Now, he may have lost the quote-unquote championship rounds, but he was still fighting. And let me say something about championship rounds. That's just a phrase, all right? There is no such thing as championship rounds out there, ladies and gentlemen, all right? There is no such thing as championship rounds. There's 1 through 12 in a championship fight. It's not, oh, we're going to determine we're going to determine this fight by the last 3 rounds. That's not how it works. And that's what happened with Oscar de la Hoya and Tito Trinidad. And that's what we had with this fight with Bivol. Am I lying, Black? This guy did everything. He did, as a matter of fact, if you watch the fight again, Bivol is the one who threw and landed the better and cleaner punches. A lot of punches from Beterbiev was landing on the gloves. And I'm sorry, that's not effective aggression. When you're landing on the gloves, that's not effective aggression. There was times where Bivol was in the corner on the ropes. He had his hands up. Guess what Beterbiev did? He went headhunting, guys. He didn't throw any body shots. But you know who threw body shots? It was Bivol. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, the fight is close. This fight is close. So it's not a robbery. No, if someone won the fight and the majority of the people saw that Bivol won the fight, it is a robbery. All these little key words, championship rounds, oh, the fight was close, so it's not a robbery. No, there's been close fights. See, here's the thing, right? I'm going to go back to Canelo in Triple G. Now, most real boxing fans know that Triple G won that fight. I thought that Triple G won the first fight. As a matter of fact, I thought he won the second fight, but that's neither here nor there. But it's the first fight. I thought Triple G did enough to win a close fight. They made it a draw. It's a robbery. And a lot of you boxing fans out there who jerk off in the corners for Triple G was yelling robbery. But with Bivol and Beterbiev, it's not a robbery because it was close. This is what I'm saying. You guys got to make up your minds. Stop going in the corner, all right, with your boxing hub, all right? Stop. We got to end the boxing hub, all right? Y'all twiddling your privates in there over these boxers. You got to stop it. If you're saying that there was a robbery in a close fight with Triple G and Canelo, you got to say the same thing for Bivol and Beterbiev. Don't say it wasn't a robbery because it was close. Because then you just sound stupid. You feel me? True story. Bivol was winning most of the exchanges and had an effective high guard. Exactly, Black. That's what I'm saying. It's a 3-minute rounds, 12-round fight. It's not hard. I'm not a mathematician. But from my understanding, the person who wins most of the 3 minutes per round is the winner of that round. That's how it works. It's just like, let's go back to Fury and Wilder, right? Fury gets knocked down. Guess who finished the rest of the round and won the rest of the round? It was Tyson Fury. You know what? That's an even round. It's not a 10-9 round anymore. And these people, you don't win a fight by doing a little bit more. Listen, this is an aggressive fight. It's fast paced. I'm Bivol. I'm trying to keep up with this pace. And maybe the pace I can't keep up with per round is only 2 minutes. But that's still enough to win the round. I'm throwing combinations. I'm throwing body shots. I'm making him miss. I'm making him hit elbows, and he's hitting gloves. You saw clean, effective punches from Bivol. How hard is that? This fight is not even hard to score. It isn't, right? This isn't hard. Salute Bruce Gas. Salute Irvin Morales. Salute. Lots of Arthur's punches were landing on the guard. Not a lot of clean shots. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. It's like people was counting punches that didn't land. Like, in my opinion, as close as this fight was, you could clearly see who was winning. I suggest all of you boxing fans out there to go on YouTube and watch this fight between Kevin Kelly and Troy Dorsey, okay? I know my brother Bruce Gas knows about this fight. Kevin Kelly and Troy Dorsey. It's one of the best fights that I've ever seen, right? This fight is so hard to score. It's almost ridiculous, right? And it's one of those fights where it could have been a draw. It could have went either way. They gave it to Kevin Kelly. So be it. But guess what? It was really hard to score this freaking fight. I mean, I'm talking about two dudes going at it non-stop. I believe it's the most punches thrown in a fight in boxing history in a 12-round fight. All right? Very hard to score. That's not what this fight was. You could clearly see that when the bell rang, Bivol won the fight. Now, I know there's a whole there's a myth out there where most boxing trainers and boxers who had Bivol winning because their style is boxing. And so they had Bivol winning. And guys who are brawlers, they had Bivol winning. No, you could go right now on YouTube and ask Robert Garcia, who was a brawler himself when he was boxing, and he trains his fighters to be brawlers. Okay? You know, besides Ray, kid who just beat overrated Pitbull Cruz. But anyway, he's a brawler. He trains his fighters to be brawlers. All right? Margarito was a brawler. Okay? He said at the end of the fight, he had Bivol winning. And he's a guy who trains his fighters to be brawlers. Come on. Listen. In my opinion, something went on. I don't know what it is. You guys tell me, why did Beterbiev win this fight? Take a wild guess, because I'm just a conspiracy theorist. But take a wild guess. Because Turkey, he looked like he wanted Beterbiev to win that fight. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Let me read this guy's comment. This is KOP. If you think Bivol got robbed, they fooled you with the commentary and the shots between rounds. Beterbiev was dog walking him. So I don't know what fight you're talking about in terms of me listening to commentating, because I streamed this fight for free and I was watching it on my phone for free, and the sound isn't that good, so I didn't listen to the commentating. But nice try though. No. What I saw was Bivol doing everything that a boxer can do against a guy who's coming forward, throwing a lot of punches. Listen, you could throw a lot of punches all you want. And if CompuBox is counting these punches, but a lot of them aren't landing, this is ineffective aggression. And I'm not one of those guys. I don't believe in CompuBox. I don't know if you guys saw the clowns out there who count CompuBox, all right? They're somewhere in their living room, remotely, pushing buttons, telling the fans out there that this is the punch they're throwing, that's the punch they're throwing, this is the punch they're throwing. It's BS, It's BS. Don't listen to CompuBox. Watch with your own eyes. Okay? And in my opinion, no matter how close this fight was, it was a robbery. And Bivol was cheated out of being a undisputed light heavyweight champion. And everyone is saying, well, he admitted that he lost. He admitted that he lost. He says he felt like he could do better. Well, let me tell you something, right? We got a guy that is controlling his own organization with the dollar. So for all we know, if Bivol says anything like an American where we say, I got robbed, I was cheated, this is that, he might not get the fight, the rematch that he wants. So he has to comply and admit that he lost. Because I think there's something going on over there. We're talking about a guy who's holding fighters' hands, for Christ's sakes. When a rapper finishes rapping, they sitting in the middle of sitting next to Turkey. When they walking, then the boxers is walking, he's holding their hands. Okay? It's dominance. He's displaying dominance. And what I saw, if this was here in America, and with American promotions and all that, Bivol would have been saying, no, I got robbed. I did my best. I got robbed. I need my rematch. Woo, 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 woo. He would have said all of that. But he can't. So he has to play the humble side. He has to play the no excuses side. Sometimes excuses is valid. There's validity in some excuses. All right? Especially when you know you won the fight. I got a lot of friends who don't even watch boxing that was watching the boxing and said, yo, homie with the beard, he looked like he lost the fight. You know what I'm saying? Bivol was definitely robbed. I rewatched the fight and scored it 117, 112. Beterbiev was punching mostly air and glove. Salute King KO. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for coming. That's what I'm saying. You can't score punches that's going on the glove. I mean, I'm blocking it. Listen, slipping and blocking is two ways of avoiding a punch. Period. Moving out of the way, backing up. I'm creating distance between us now. Now, of course, in the later rounds, Beterbiev was closing the gap. Yeah, he was. Like I said, it's an intense fight. It's aggression. It's a lot of movement going on, right? Yeah, he was. But it's a 12-round fight. Again, I'm going to say it again. There is no such thing as championship rounds. It's 12 rounds. If I win 9 rounds, I have the right to coast the last 3 rounds if I want to. And it is your job to knock me out. And if you can't do it, you lost. Even you can hear the commentating. Because I heard this part of the commentating. You can hear the commentator says it looks like Beterbiev's trainer told him he has to go for a knockout. What does that tell you, folks? They know that they're losing on the scorecards. So I don't know what to say. Like I said, just like the Canelo versus Triple G, the first fight, we all saw that Triple G won that fight. We all saw Oscar De La Hoya beat Trinidad. Hey, we could go back to Cesar Chavez and Meldrick Taylor. Guess what? That was a close fight. He got knocked down. Richard Steele stops it in the last 3 or 4 seconds. But everyone says in a close fight, had Richard Steele didn't stop the fight, Meldrick Taylor was going to get the win in a close fight. It doesn't matter if the fight is close. 9 times out of 10, there is a winner in a close fight. What happens is they make it a draw because a lot of the judges watching and the stupid people in the CompuBox don't know what they're watching. They don't know. You got people, these guys are watching remotely on the screen, counting punches, pushing buttons, just like us watching it on the screen. Except we not pushing buttons. and counting punches. So in my opinion, Bivol won this fight, and he was robbed. And when they have a rematch, he will do the same thing. And this time, Beterbiev will be a year older. And I do believe that Beterbiev will lose this time for real. And they will give Bivol his undisputed title, as is well deserved, because he did in fact beat Beterbiev, or like some of you guys say, Beterbiev, with that stupid accent you guys make. Salute. This is the MOBC, my own